I just really dislike disloyalty.
I have no tolerance for traitors.
You take a harsh view, but I suppose that is the way in these troubled times. We will make the Inquisition a force to fear. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Leona. What's on my hip? Oh, it's a horn of some sort. Let me close that. Oh no, that's just the first one. Oh, so there is a. I like that they added a jog on here. Curved dagger. All right, so there's wait, let's go do the since I already know this part. Let's go ahead and talk to the what is he, apothecary? What are you doing that back here, buddy? This guy's over here playing in the dirt and stuff. Let's get this root. Always go behind houses. Yeah, apothecary. Alright, he makes stuff. He's growing green. He's growing elf fruit behind his house. Isn't that illegal? Specialist crest, silver bracelet.
Sacred asked told.
Look who's back from the dead.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Again.
Thank you. Well, we're not done yet. I never said that.
Until the breach is closed, no one's safe.
True.
Wow.
I'll keep the bandages handy. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Your mustache. Is that real? Need any help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
I guess I could have investigated. But, he just stopped talking about it. Let's go and put that regeneration potion there, and alright, so I don't need to do that yet.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'll make sure to do it before I do leave. Oh, let's set up Silas and Varric. Is it gonna do that every time? Oh. It's a Delirium potion. Oh, I should.
Another time.
Wow, why? Who does that in the house? This guy. Okay, I'll say it.
Perhaps another time.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Just gonna let's go have a look around here. Oh, loot. What do you got there? You got a loot? Can I play? Look at that lady on the wall in there. Cleavage. Solus.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
Sounds dashing.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
A good one? You studied ancient ruins?
What do you mean, ruins and battlefield?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You sleep in the Fade? I remember the Fade. Doesn't seem like a place to sleep. Valuable, dangerous, impressive. How can you sleep there, dude?
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards.
Inquisitive.
And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
That's valuable.
I imagine you find some amazing things in there, alongside all the demons.
Exactly. It is occasionally dangerous, yes. But more often it's just sad to see what has been lost. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
The giant hole in the sky trumps any other concerns. We can worry about the rest later.
Yes. Who can say what this world will look like when we are done fighting for it? But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Oh. Oh, that's... The elf fruit has grown again. Oh no. It hasn't. So there's something I missed. Oh, there's a note, I think. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Pulse normal, breathing normal, still unresponsive. Careful drop feed of prep. Yeah, we already read that. Alright, so up to my favorite place so far. I'll do like one song.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the hinterlands near Redcliffe?
Hard going. The mages and the Templars put a lot of people out of their homes.
At least Mother Giselle is there to help.
I think food and clothing would help more than prayers.
I agree with you, buddy.
said I should go back right away.
Empress of fire, what season may come? We fight for the day you restore our heart
Ah,
and bring us to glory. We are forever in your graces. Empress of fire, save us everyone. The nation revives, the course is but run, an end has begun. Empress of fire, believe in our soul, embrace us with arms and dress us with swords, and light up our hearts with blood so bold. We are forever in your graces. Empress of fire, in the reign of the lion, eclipsing the eye of the empire of we are Elysians. Empress of fire, what season may come? We fight for the day you'll restore our heart and bring us to glory.
yay! That was good. I like it.
Thank you.
I love it. Why do you say thank you, man? You didn't do anything. He was killing it though.
Oh, Maker, you were him. You were the herald of Andraste. She sent you to us to show the world her love, and I am ready for that love. Well, I'm not ready for that kind of love. That is, unless that's what you want. But, I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
I don't know. I could probably go for a round. Let's see what happens.
What did you mean by that kind of love?
Nothing. I didn't mean anything. What did you mean? As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Another good song. I could sit here all day and do this. Fire flickering in the background. Her lips are... Nope, I thought they were moving. Oh, they are. They could have put a little bit more animation into that character. I guess they didn't think people would care. But it's good music. How could you not care about it? Whatever.
I don't know.
A tale of the Frostbacks. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth, the mountain father, kept his throne at the peak of Belimas, the mountain at the center of the world, from which he could see all the corners of earth and sky, and he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cast, buried it in the earth, and raised it around the fiercest mountains the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the mountain father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds and the deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant, but with no heart. Kord could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among men or gods. Who would dare challenge Korth? The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and strongest flyers to scour the mountains for the missing heart. And for a year and a day they searched, but sparrow and raven, vulture and eagle, swift and albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the Ptarmigan spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed, for the ptarmigan is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half of its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles. But the ptarmigan set out anyway. The little bird traveled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and withered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the god's terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry. So she rolled it, little by little, out of the valley and down a cliff. And when the golden cash struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full, almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. I hate scrolling down. When Karth neared his heart, he leapt back into his chest. It leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakon, Winter's breath, bound Karth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape. And ill the remaining gods named Ptarmigan honored above even the loftiest eagles. The Ptarmigan, an Avar tale from Ferelden folklore and history by Sister Bertrine Chantry Scholar. Resources found here. Elf fruit iron. Oh, cool! Look at that! Look at that! Oh, it's just elf fruit and iron. that's that's nothing special. Let's go to the top of this. Karth the Mountain Father kept his throne at the peak of. Oh, so it's a tale of the frost. What? Frostback Mountains.
I don't know.
Once we were. Oh, there's another one. I guess we could sit here all day and get these.
Maker, I hope it's not me.
I could, but I guess there's a chance to come back and get them. I like this place because of the music. Grab a sword, man. You can hear it through the walls. They're wooden walls anyway, so. Now I can't hear it all.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the maker.
Varric. Look at Varric. Toby! Varric chilling with 2 ladies by the fire. You dwarf.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
This is all bullshit. I'm just glad I'm alive, man. That's all. Look how handsome I am, though.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
Why did you stay? I can't believe it either. We need to close the breach. We have bigger problems. I don't care.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Man, did you button your shirt up, man? Let's see what we got here. What are you looking for? What? What? That guy. Oh, too fast, man. Gosh, they should fix the sensitivity. I don't like running around everywhere like I'm a moron. This is the only place to sell things. Oh, you know, I always forget that there are things here that I could buy.
We'll need some of your cloth for bandages.
Good old riff up there. Oh, this is pretty funny conversation.
I don't see why we need to build siege equipment. We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, Recruit. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it will be best for us to have some means to fight back.
Sorry, sir.
I don't know if he was implying that, or was he just sort of coming up with that idea on the fly, or if that was like he himself can't fully comprehend whether construction orders. Okay, what are you doing? Last. English people making. I mean the English language, or the English version of version. The English version of English it's hilarious and interesting, and I love English movies. Or just like I could listen to. It's just funny to listen to English people talk. I watched this old show, old English show, really popular. Ring of Critical Chance. There's one where this couple runs a hotel. I doubt any English person will see this, but if they do, and they've ever looked at old English cinema, they'd probably know that show. And then there's one show. I think it's Are We There Yet? Or where they run it's like a store in the mall. Okay, I'm just yammering on. My first English movie was probably one that I didn't even know was English, so because they do a lot of movies, and English people do. This is funny. This is something that's interesting to me. A lot of English actors are big in America. They are able to and that's also interesting. Hold on, I'm arguing with myself here. Blah 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 blah. English actors, English people, possibly a lot of English actors. I'm not sure about English people in general, but they're able to speak Western or American English much better than we're able to speak UK English.
Things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from their brothers and sisters.
That says something.
Master Harry said we weren't to sell Inquisition products.
what I already know. That's quite interesting. Oh, I can level up, can I? Yeah, English, the English, the the UK English or British English is quite difficult for the average American to get even a decent grasp on. The thing about it is just a lot of it doesn't make sense to us, and like pronunciations, they just seem so incorrect to me. They are incorrect actually, because I've met numerous English people that they say British instead of British. They omit letters. They they omit letters from various
There must be something
words.
here.
They I mean they pronounce. They're not pronounce. They a lot of things, a lot of different objects and nouns, or just have different names completely. But that's okay though. But I mean, it's kind of funny that we can't speak English or UK English as good as they can, but a lot of the actors they speak really great American English, and we wouldn't even know that they were from the UK. It just sort of makes you think that they're sort of like, how do you grow up talking like that? If you see a word and it has letters in it, why not pronounce all of the letters? But I still enjoy listening to the English language, or to the UK English language or British English language. Very, very interesting. Oh, look at that cheese wheel. Skyrim. Yeah, every time I see a cheese wheel, I'm just gonna think of Skyrim, really, because it's like the item I go for. I wonder, are these really cheese wheels? I wonder if they are. I mean, if it is a cheese wheel, who would put a cheese wheel down on this dirty concrete floor and then, possibly proceed to eat it later? It's not how you do it. But yeah, I don't know. I find that interesting. Why are British English speakers able to speak English much better than we are? Because it has, I think their language, like I said, they just, the way their pronunciation alone, I don't care about them saying, having different words for like they call tennis shoes trainers, which to me that sort of makes sense. That's training shoes. Well, I wouldn't. I guess why not say training shoes? Tennis shoes. They don't really understand that either. I watch a lot of those videos on YouTube where they question our language. Tennis shoes. I mean, tennis is a sport, but I doubt it's that popular of a sport to be the. I just wouldn't think it would be the sole cause of. I'm just rambling on. I don't know any. I'm not looking up anything. But yeah, let's get all this iron. Iron. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'm trying to think of all the words they. Oh, niggers. I really hate the word fanny. That's just. That makes saying the word. That just makes. Fanny is worse than ass, butt, or anything. Fanny. That's just disgusting. Why do you call it fanny? It's like you're fanning your flatulence. I don't know. It's weird. Like I said, I doubt I would get an English watcher. El fruit. So yeah, I pretty much have done Haven, so I know what I'm doing as of right now. See those things, I don't know how I'm gonna get those. I guess I'll switch to Varric. And then I'll just shoot him with Varric. But I really don't like switching characters. I like playing as my character, which is the reason one of the reasons they should have made this game co-op campaign. It would have been so much better. And I don't understand. People come up with these dumb ideas to not have co-op. Oh, it would affect the story by having two. There are four characters. Well, in this game specifically, there are four characters you could just shoot. Same thing with Final Fantasy 15. There are four characters. Each person can choose their favorite character, and there you go. And then when you create games, how about create games with a single player character? You could have sort of you can do multiple things like an auxiliary character that fits into the story, or you could use one of the main characters that are already in the story. I think that's like Splinter Cell. It's like he's the main character with that, but the other guy, even though they don't do co-op, that would be fun as well. Splinter Cell campaign co-op. Yeah, I'm just rambling on. I think co-op pretty much would have changed the way games are today. It would have brought an extra dynamic to the way games are made and everything else. Graphics wouldn't have been such a big deal because they would still be figuring out interesting ways to create co-op games. Or I think people would be more focused on gameplay with if more games were cooperative, even as opposed to multiplayer. At least that.
You're the one they're calling the Herald.
Yes.
It rather rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
No. I did not join the Order to adjust my faith so easily. But I appreciate what the Inquisition is trying to do, and your role. Though you may find not many Templars do. We're a distrustful lot by nature.
How about we step in this tent and I show you who's the Herald? You're staying here in Haven?
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
You have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
What?
How did you come to be a Templar?
It seemed the right thing to do. My family are tradesfolk in Denerim. I could have become a cobbler like my father, but this seemed better. It's a chance to uphold the Chantry's laws and help the mages through a troubled time.
So, now that we know each other a little better,
Not every Templar feels that way.
I know. Power can corrupt. It's a delicate balance. One person trying to do something can make a difference. You should keep that in mind, Harold.
Eh.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Whoa. Watch it, buddy.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
That black guy.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.